The Whiskey Brothers.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast. I try to make it sound official. We've been doing this for 1,056 episodes. We're back. Slade Ham, Jerry Wayne Longmire, Sam Damaris, Trey Tutson, my best friends in the world. Chicken in the back. We love you, buddy. Doing God's work. You've got your freshly shorn head. It looks lovely. And his freshly spritzed balls.
Yeah, he was just telling us.
The toner.
Thanks to our new sponsor,
Manscaped.
Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com to fill all your ball needs.
That's we're doing some cool stuff. We're going to try, but it's not that kind of website. It might be.
Unless
you
you think it is, and try it.
I actually don't know what you're into. It
WBP
really might be.
is the discount code.
That
stands for whatever you want it to.
Get every DVD in the collection.
White bitches, please.
Chicken, tell us about the ball. What is it called? The ball. I saw that stuff. I didn't know what it did, so I didn't mess with it.
So it's. I don't know for sure yet because I haven't. I'm as of the time of this recording, still waiting to dive in. I'm pro boxers and I'm pro. I have already done the preliminary looking at the blade, and I'm satisfied. Yeah. I needed to go through that process to just go, okay, let me see what we're talking about.
That little nose hair weed eater is pretty good.
That works like a dream.
Is that what that?
Bro, let me tell you
something.
Listen, stick it in your. It's like just blind fire. You just press the button and shove it up in there, and you'll hear tack, 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 and then when you come out, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what sucks? I had one that's like a combo, like nose, ear, trim, whatever. The fucking nose attachment broke. And I still have the ear attachment, but because they don't sell them separately, I just fucking bought one. When I told you when I opened the box of the ship, I just bought one, and I just opened and done my nose and my ears, and then I said, "Oh man, let me look at this Manscaped box."
Bro, don't act like you ain't never put nothing in the box and returned it before. Send that some bitch back and use Manscaped.
Right? You're gonna find you also have an inferior nose hair.
I still need the ear one.
But Chicken said there's a bottle of stuff in that kit, and I seen it. Ball toner or something like that.
A spritz.
Hey, he said it tightened his shit up, like it gave him a little.
Y'all wild out here.
He did. He said it tightened him up. He said it made him feel younger. Like I'm gonna get after it.
I'm doing that as soon as I go home.
Yeah, maybe.
We're gonna find out.
I'm gonna get a mirror and my selfie stick, and I'm gonna get out there and spray all the areas.
Spritz them, and they're gonna go up about 3 inches.
That would be.
I
cool.
may have a voice again.
Dude, if I never have to sit on them again, I'll buy that spray. You know what I'm telling you?
Ball toner is helium.
We're doing
sitting on a nut, bro.
Float.
Yeah.
They don't actually get tighter; they just float.
I'm gonna come in next week.
They weigh less.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That fucking ball toner is gonna knock out 30 years of Jack Daniels and cigarettes.
Manscaped.com, baby.
Manscaped.com, baby.
It gave my voice back.
Use promo code WBP Whiskey Brothers Podcast. If
It's
you
my
want
first, my last, and my everything.
If you want,
In last episode, we discussed
Was
doing
that
some
Charles
care packages for
Barkley's
the soldiers.
prom. What was
Terrible.
so
You got to penetrate the
that's
defense.
that's what I was gonna say. We're trying to do some care packages, and I think some folks can get involved. We can help you figure out the APO, which is the mailing address for these bases. You can send them sight unseen for people that are coming into the place new, and for people who, as we found out in many, many instances, not just there for a 6 or 9 month tour, but in some instances, and this is what sucks, some of these guys found out that, oh, hey, yeah, y'all know how y'all were supposed to leave? Well, it's going to be at least another month, and they're just saying it like that. And then this is before all this shit went down in Sudan.
Look, people, these soldiers out there, they're by themselves. They're lonely. Sometimes when they get short leave, they just go out into town and find the honeys. Send these boxes over. Let's start the stereotype that Americans have the cleanest nut sacks on the planet.
Turn shore leave into shorn leave. That's, all right. That's
all right.
the best I have.
Well, we've done as much damage to this brand as we can.
So coffee.
Look forward to next month when you hear about our new sponsors. Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath.
Hey, we like what y'all did with the... Anyway.
We like the way you took out our competition.
We'd like to give you X amount of money to just politely never mention us again. That would be...
That's how our sponsorships are going to work.
If you
Stop
could
talking about us.
Little hush money.
But here's $20,000 if you can talk shit about the body shop.
That's well. It's good to be back in America. It's good to be back with my friends. Jerry, you got a thermos full of coffee you brought to the podcast. I've hooked Jerry on. Cheers. I've hooked Jerry on Ethiopian coffee.
I love it, man. It's so
the
good,
shit, bro.
I mean, I told you I never got coffee. I drink it. You know, I worked in the oil field and all that kind of stuff. Did early mornings, but it was just some bitter crap you drank that made you. Yeah, it was a drug. It was just a drug. Like
it's caffeine.
You don't shop for the best tasting cocaines. You just get the one that works. You know, and so I just.
Have you never been to a weed dispensary?
Well, no. I mean, I haven't. So yet, but I look forward to it. But we tried that in an airport, and I was like, holy crap! I didn't know coffee could taste good. And so immediately came home. Rachel bought me some, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I found it. Like I look forward to making it, and I'm not that kind of person. You know,
coffee can taste good.
I did not.
Fuck the black lady.
Yes.
I just didn't taste it.
He told her transmission was going to cost $1,200 when he knew it was only $5.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Stone song was original black coffee.
The what?
I was like, that Stone song was originally black coffee. I just wanted to say it and see if I could do it with a straight face and maybe my people believe it.
Yeah, you fucked me up. I was like, what was he talking about? I didn't even know they had a song about coffee.
There's an art to making it, man. You can't just throw some shit in one of those coffee filters and stick it in a coffee maker.
No, I took your advice. She got me that it's a cheap dude, little $10 French press from the grocery store.
Yeah.
I didn't know what a French press was.
Okay.
So she was like, well, how does Slade make it?
Usually they retreat.
I said, Slade tells me he does a French press in return. And Slade tells me he does a French press. I said, but that sounds like a lot of fucking work. I don't know what that is. No. And she's like, what do you think a French press is? I was like, well, you ever see that thing like in the places with all the stainless steel and shit? She goes, that's an espresso maker. That's not a French press.
Yeah.
She goes, it's just a real simple little. So she got me this one. And I made it. I took his advice on how to steep it and how to get the best out of it. And man, it's been, I was working. We came back and we dove right back into work. And I'm trying to put my travel log together. Plus, me and Slade were going back. He was helping me with my submission for JFL and, having to write a bunch of stuff that I'm not used to, like trying to talk about myself in that manner. So it was really nice to just have that coffee and be really alert and feel good. And out there on the porch, just banging away at the keyboard.
Bro, when you get now that you enjoy coffee, you're gonna find the Mormon Speedball. Which is you're gonna get the right joint, and you're gonna get the right cup of coffee, and your life is gonna be.
I got some purple stuff right now that goes real well with.
There you go. You're already doing the breakfast pairings. Then you're good.
It gets me right. I told you I had a 2-hour Zoom call today that was kind of an anxiety ridden.
You sure you didn't make that up?
But it was nice. I went into it confident and ready to talk about myself, ready to sell my product that I'm trying to sell to these people. And it was tripped because I mentioned to somebody about it, and they said, well, that's where coffee began. And I was like, I assumed it was like Mexico or some shit.
No,
or South America or some shit.
So this all goes back to now.
It's this goat herder dude in Ethiopia.
I didn't.
I just love it.
I just thought coffee was South American. I just thought it was,
Well, Juan Valdez, the commercials in the 80s put that in your head.
I'm sure, Yes. But then I read about the Ethiopian coffee forest on the plateau, and this dude's goats were eating the berries, and they got all wired up, and he takes it to a monastery, and they make it a drink out of it. Everybody loves it. It spreads out into the Arabian Peninsula. It starts getting really popular. They have all these places where people drink it, and they call them schools of the wise because you can go there and learn how to do anything because all these people are reading and talking about
and
the
they
news
wouldn't shut the fuck up. Yeah, and they tell you everything.
Wired up on coffee. And then in the 16th century, the Catholic Church went on the fucking rampage against it. And decided it was a sinner drink, and it was from the devil.
These people.
And all this shit, as they do.
Yes.
And here's what's funny, though.
And then they realized they gave them plenty of energy to fuck boys.
This is what turned the... Stand on your own there. I'm trying to hook up with Toby Keith. I ain't say that, Toby. Anyway,
Jerry is in the camp. Never mind.
so they tried to. They got the Pope to try it. That's what turned the tide on it. Like the Catholics almost put the stop to coffee.
Oh God, we're back to coffee. Thank God.
And the Pope, yeah, and the Pope, the particular Pope at the time was like, "Well, let me try it, and I'll make a decision." And then he, of course,
Wait,
this is
hang
amazing.
on. But the church had already called it sinful, and then the Pope was like, "Well, let me try the sin and see if it's really."
So, how do we
that?
get a Pope to smoke weed?
Right? Or
You
go
know
to strip
what I
clubs
mean?
or do a lot of
Or
things.
be homosexual?
Benedict would have been the dude.
Yeah, I don't think that's the problem.
I feel like they've tried it. But yeah, he tried it, and he was like, "Oh, this is actually really amazing. We should."
What's
be on board with
protocol?
this."
So did you not? You didn't double click on that part of the story to figure out what protocol is to get a pope to sin in the name of? I mean, I would want to know what did the I assume the coffee salesman who was.
Yeah, I don't know what.
This is the part I'd still be lost in. Sorry, guys, we can't podcast tonight. I've figured out how to get the Pope to watch porn.
Well, they like moved it into. They started talking about how it got really popular in Europe, and because it replaced the breakfast drink of the time all across Europe. You know what that was?
Tea,
beer, and wine. And all of a sudden, people were more productive and having better days because they weren't starting their day fucked up.
Wow, that could have, they could have replaced that with water and seen an improvement.
They're like, it got really popular in Europe because it replaced beer and wine as the morning drink. And I was like, oh, no shit. And they're like, yeah, and productivity and quality of work went up. Like, oh, that's great.
Wow.
You know why we drink coffee in America, right?
Why?
Boston Tea Party.
Oh, fuck tea. So we went to coffee.
That's what everybody said, fuck tea.
See,
and switched to coffee hardcore.
I for all the origin stories of coffee. Sam taught me this when we were in Ethiopia, and he told me that he wanted to get sandals because sandals came from there. And I said, how do you know that? And he goes, bitch, because feet came from here. And I went, well, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So since people came from there, I just assume coffee came from there.
Well, they talked about the different types of coffees. Like King Louis of France at the time had tried it. And so it was it's an ambassador at the time from the Arabian Peninsula travels
Marco
with
Polo?
some of this. Travels.
I just named the only dude who went places.
He travels with some of these original coffee beans from Ethiopia. It's his original plant. And he gifts this plant to King Louis of France, right? And King Louis has this plant planted in the royal courtyard. And then some dude takes seedlings from that plant and travels through all kind of nightmarish shit to go to Brazil and present it to the guy in Brazil at the time. And all Brazilian coffee comes from King Louis's plant.
Really?
Is the father of all Brazilian coffee. Also, all Kona coffee comes from another seedling from that plant that was taken and gifted to somebody.
Kona being Hawaiian coffee.
Yeah. It's wild, right? Like almost all the coffee and like Marguerite and all that stuff all come from this plant. Like all these
purebred
different
coffees
types
that come from King Louis's gifted
Ethiopian coffee.
Thank God.
Well, they're purebred because I guess the climate that it's grown in will change.
Will change its characteristics.
Because definitely Kona coffee.
And cultivation and everything else will change its characteristics. But they all that one plant fathered all the. Is that crazy, man? That's
Genghis
wild as
Khan
shit.
of plants.
Like it become one of the biggest.
Right?
The coffee houses in London became such specialty places that they had different ones for merchants and artists and stuff like that. Lloyd's of London started out as a coffee house.
I mean, who knew that something from Ethiopia would spread
would just
throughout
take
the entire
over the whole world?
And then you would find it. You would find that exact same living thing on every continent.
They got dead horses in Ethiopia too. Just so you know.
But then it's
I don't know if they beat them, but they're there.
That's what it's called, eating a dead horse. Not
Now keep going. This is great. You know what I love about this? You white with all this,
White
the
facts.
African. So you got to be accurate.
Yeah. Well,
One slip up, you racist.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now,
But I just found it so interesting.
fascinating as
It was
hell.
something I didn't know about. And,
No shit.
And
you
the
get
fact
off
that
into
it is
those
just
kind of
one
rabbit
plant,
holes
that's pretty
learning.
fucking crazy.
Like one group of plants, like all the coffee in the world comes
Think
from
of
this
how
one.
fucked up it would have been if that dude had brought him poison ivy instead of
Yeah,
coffee.
you know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
Something else.
it's why it's shaped. There's like major corporations all over London, and that came from
Coffee shops.
houses that started as coffee houses. Major shipbuilders. Lloyd's of London's huge, right?
Yeah.
Started as a coffee house for artists.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's wild, right?
Oh, black people should take credit for way more shit.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
tried.
Well, I'm
I mean, we fucking tried.
Well, try harder,
you know what
Trey.
happened? Oh, I'm sorry. We got motherfuckers like Elvis out here. Like,
you should get credit for more. Let me say
Hey.
that. There's that.
That's it.
Sorry, wrong verb.
no, you're good, buddy.
Shit,
That's
peanut
so
butter,
funny.
coffee.
Made it.
Peanut butter. He could have kept peanut. There's some black inventions they could have kept.
Wait, what's wrong with peanut butter?
I ain't keep peanut butter. I can't even give it to my dog.
We putting it on the wrong body part.
Well, to be fair, he found a whole lot of uses for peanuts. It wasn't just
Escape
peanut butter.
balls.
But the one that we use every damn day.
Just about everything you like that's peanut related, this dude came up with. You know.
Yeah.
Peanut with
No.
butter was like one of it. I don't know enough to speak out of turn because I might be wrong.
That was his book or something, or his. It
Yeah.
was like 1,001 uses for
180 some
peanuts.
ways.
or
Yeah,
something.
but some of it felt like he was just using peanut butter for
Oh,
some
for
of this
other-
shit. It
yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
dog, you
I
don't
did. I
have to
remember reading
shave
some of
with
that.
this
Like,
Toothpaste ain't right.
Yeah, you're like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you brushing your teeth with peanut butter? Like,
Just like he was playing Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
And they just had a prop.
I'm gonna sell this shit somehow. Manscaping with peanut butter.
Family Feud answer.
Get your dog to do it.
Yeah, his Family Feud answer was peanut butter. 5 times.
Just on
He was
every-
like, peanut butter, yeah.
Name your wife's favorite body part.
peanut butter.
That's not up. Ding! How the fuck, Mr. Carver?
Did
The
you write
Carver
the-
family has won.
On peanut butter.
We surveyed 100 people named George Washington Carver. And we put the top 5 answers on the board.
This model of car. Peanut
What is-
butter.
What is a 1937 peanut butter?
Ding!
I don't know why I'm asking, but show me 1937 peanut. God
I
damn it,
just see
George.
Steve Harvey whispered to you, if you say motherfucking peanut butter one more time.
If your ass say peanut butter one more damn time, and if it's up there, I quit this show right now. Show me peanut butter.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding! And then it's just
throw
that Steve Harvey deadpan stare.
Yeah.
And the Carver family high fives and says good answer.
Have you ever seen?
Get
Have you ever seen the YouTube clips that they put up with like some of the outtakes
Oh, there's some of my favorites.
where
I
he
watch
cusses
that all the-
motherfuckers out
Yeah,
and
yeah,
says
man.
shit, says nigga like
That dude works like 17, 18-hour days. All right.
because he's the funniest human being on the planet.
But he's a non-stop work machine, dude. Like the ability to come in there and
He
be
hosts
owned,
37 shows a week.
to come in there and be owned like he is for that show.
And still wake up and do morning radio?
That's
Yeah.
his morning. I mean, that's one of his more. He does that one for like
He does
8
radio
years.
and then goes to
Yeah.
this Family Feud. Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm in awe of what that dude does.
And it's funny because it's,
That's incredible. Some days I'm like, I can't edit video because I ate lunch today.
I worked out and decided the rest of the day was a wash.
Okay, well that's
I've done that workout. Hit
Yeah,
the
but
shower.
I bet yours didn't take 20 minutes.
To the side.
your decision.
No, the 20-minute workout, and I was like,
How long you?
I'm
hemmed
not
and
doing
hawed
much
about
else
it.
today.
I've worked out. I've worked out, taking a shower, and then eating. And the second I put down my fork was like, I'm not doing shit. Like that fucking.
Kind
That's
of
the
how
day.
it was when we got. I spent about 3 or 4 days just falling asleep, standing up, and being off my schedule. I didn't know jet lag was a real thing. I thought it was
Wait,
bullshit.
hang on. There's only like 7 animals that can do that.
Right.
That's like,
Yeah, well, I'm 8.
you've just changed the stat. I think it's horses, rhinos,
Where?
Like in the hallway, bro. Like just
going between rooms.
Rachel and me were having a conversation, and then all of a sudden she was shaking me. She goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, no. I need to go to
Jet lag is
bed."
one of those. We went and did Iraq in 2008. I think for both of us, because like the war was like going. I think it was the first time we went on stage. And for sure, it was me. The first show was the first time I ever went on stage sober, because there was no booze there.
Yeah.
And like 2-3 days in, we were like getting ready to do shows. We're finding little cubby holes and like Slade's on a couch asleep. I'm curled up in a corner, and this one dude was like, "Oh, you boys drink, don't you?" And we were like, "Yeah." He goes, "You're detoxing." And we were full blown narcoleptic for like 3 days.
See, before we left, I had slowed way down on that because I knew I was going to be. You know, I assumed we weren't going because my only trip before was like Iraq, and I thought it was going to be like
out of
that.
A shampoo bottle.
And I already knew I was going to have weed, so I was like, all right. But I didn't slow down on the weed. I was high as shit when we got on the airplane.
100%.
Yeah, we got threatened getting on the airplane. It was Slade started an international
You
incident
know,
with his fucking dude.
I'm not telling that story, but you can.
It wasn't his fault. The guy was being a prick.
Thank you.
As long as we know it wasn't my fault.
That's
we were standing in line. The guy's on his phone, walked right in front of us and got in line. And then Slade, Slade goes.
Hang on. What's your
the
prediction?
guy's on his
Before
phone.
you say it, what's your prediction?
Oh,
That's what you.
It was one word, bruh. Fuck, like I've been with him. I've been with him.
How about this? No words.
Oh, okay.
Walked around him and stood in front
And
of
just
him.
stood in front of him. Okay, I've had that. I'm dealing with that version of Slade.
No, Slade just turns around to me and immediately goes into a diatribe about the cocksuckery of this fucking human being who thinks it's okay to just walk up in front of a motherfucker and cut him off.
See how much calmer I am? This was so passive
But the guy
aggressive.
can clearly hear it. The guy can clearly.
Well, I was saying it loud. I was talking to that motherfucker.
Yeah,
I was just looking at you.
Yeah.
I was just doing the calmer version of.
And the dude's like, I got an important phone call. Slade goes, I don't give a fuck about your phone call. Fuck your phone call. Right? And the guy's like, I have to apologize to you. It's my ethics. And it's like, fuck your ethics. Turn around and stop talking to me, bro. Turn around and stop fucking talking to me. Well, y'all are going to be sorry when you find out who I am when we get to guitar. And Slade's like, really? Really? I'm already fucking sorry. You cut in front of me in line. Stop fucking talking to me. And then the guy tries to drag me in. He goes, you need to calm your friend down. I was like, I think he just wants you to stop fucking talking to him. And then it turned out the dude was in first class and got escorted away anyway.
He should have
been in our line.
I didn't have any stats.
So then we had to go find out that we were in the wrong line and go get another line.
That's the equalizer. I had no status in this motherfucker. My bad, bro. You was first class. That's fucking.
Well, you should have been in front of me, you dick.
No,
You should
we found out we were in the wrong line. We were in boarding group D, and we were standing in the boarding group B line. And we had to go.
But either way, fuck that dude's phone call.
Yeah.
He was full blown.
Wait, was that here?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to say, because he can tell you, I might be in
breathe.
boarding group F, but when they say Sky Priority, when we're overseas, I just walk up there because.
Oh yeah, we did that in every airport.
Yeah.
Yes.
They let me through. This is
Listen to this shit.
dude. TSA security.
On the way out from Houston.
So I go.
So check this
Oh
out.
boy.
Let me preface this by saying this. We'd already stood in the longest goddamn line of lines that have
To
ever
check
been
into
lines
this
to
flight.
check in.
Yeah.
By the time we get to the counter, it's us and one other dude, and the dude's trying to check his bag. It's 3 pounds, not even 3 pounds, like
3 kilograms.
No, which that's
Ounces?
more. It's like so barely over, and the dude goes, "That's gonna be $75," and I'm like, "Bro, just put 3 things in your backpack."
And the guy starts shushing
He
Slade.
goes, no, there is no time. And I'm like, bro, you gonna rob this motherfucker of $75?
You got time to run a credit card?
Where you got time to run a credit card? You got time to put 3 things in a backpack, right? By the
Yeah.
time this
guy's
clumsy
being
dude
a
finds
dick.
it was terrible.
They check Slade in for the flight.
And that chick has already been
harangued. Oh yeah,
the one we walked by.
the lady with
at
no
the beginning of
information.
the line. She goes, I have to check your passports. She looks at mine. She wiggles it around for a little bit. Can't get it to work. She goes, well, they'll handle it up there. That's what she said.
She
to me.
scans mine, tells me it's good.
Right in
Then
front
we
of
go back, and another lady walks up, scans mine. She goes, "Oh, y'all aren't even on this.
Yeah,
like, your
neither
shit's
one of
all
these are
fucked
right."
up." And we're like, "That lady just told me," and she goes, "She probably just didn't want to do her job."
I
She was
tried
like-
to tell
like-
her. I said, ma'am, because she was looking at me like I was dumb, and I was like, just run it properly or take it where it needs. I don't want to.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, there's nothing I could do. And I was like, you know what, ma'am, I'm just looking for a little understanding.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Me too, baby.
She goes,
me
too, baby. And that's why I was like, you know.
He goes, "Well, it's not that way because I just came from that way."
I did say that. Yeah, it was, dude. It was such a miserable. So by the time that shit box showed up,
They check us.
I
They check us into the flight, and Slade's got that first clear or whatever the fuck gets him through all the security.
shit.
So I go through security and realize that I have Slade's boarding pass, and I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to go back, so I was like,
Runs the play anyway.
I handled the boarding pass. They pull Slade's picture up on the computer. They take my passport
I'm
and look at my picture in the passport.
I'm Slade shaped like hell.
And go, you're good. You don't have to take your laptop out of your bag or your shoes off.
They
And
gave
let me
him
go through security.
with pre-check.
I
With
was Slade
pre-check.
Ham.
Hey, bro, keep your jacket on.
And the guy literally looked at Slade's picture and was like, Eminem gained some weight. It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry about your year.
Yeah,
You ain't got to take your jacket off.
Life is
The
life.
pandemic was hard on everybody. Go through the line.
It was rough on us all, buddy.
Oh my God.
They let him through and on my boarding pass.
Yeah.
We had to literally get it changed at the gate.
Yeah. Hey, can he get his own boarding pass?
Yeah,
Well,
And I
where'd
don't
your
think,
other
it
one
wasn't
go?
like
Well,
they gave him mine and they gave me his. They gave him his and then printed me another one of his.
Yeah.
God. Are these people all from Djibouti?
It was the most. It was reckless. I got it. Flying without status is so garbage. I almost.
No, you need it. Yeah, for sure.
He gets really uptight.
Not uptight, but I don't
was
like
not
the.
his happiest Slade.
I don't like that.
Sitting in the middle of two people
Thank
No,
you.
for
it's gonna
14
happen.
hours
Thank
for
you.
hard.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I
When we rolled back, remember we paid and that guy just kept fucking like talking the whole time.
Yes.
You were like, this is fucking unbelievable.
Yes.
And Clay kept trying to like correct him. And the guy just kept talking like, this is fucking crazy. He's like, this is wild. This is crazy. And he's sitting in the middle seat and shit. Slade's like, this is fucking unbelievable. Would
I
you
love
shut
this.
the
I
fuck
made,
up.
I made sure every other flight I'd look where Slade was sitting. I'd be like, let me get an aisle seat way away from that. Because something's going to piss him off on this flight. I
Y'all
just
are
don't
so
want to be
fucking
there.
cute. I did this when he was in his 20s.
I just get up and walk around a lot now.
Yeah.
I'm
Just get-
fucking let me get another coffee. Leave me alone. Don't walk in front of me in the goddamn line. You fucking uppity,
Yeah,
as
that
you
was
would say,
There
Qatari.
was so much rudeness in that Houston airport, and then we get over there in Qatar
Everybody's
airport,
wonderful.
and everybody's nice as shit. Lisa can't find her bag. They send a fucking team of missionaries to go find the motherfucker in like 10 minutes. It's incredible. Doha was amazing, dude. It's like
It's gorgeous.
well, it's further proof you can't give hillbillies money. It's just Doha's just a $32 billion Graceland. It's just lights and shit. That's all Arabs are, is ancient hillbillies with horses and shit. You know what I mean? Like these motherfuckers got
Hi,
money.
Toby.
It was crazy.
No, this is fun. He warned us, and he's fucking blowing it. Like, he's sitting there fucking blowing it. You are a first-round draft pick with a gun in the airport. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds so funny.
What are you doing?
It's perfect.
Leave the gun at home, dog.
I know my parameters, son.
They're pro guns in airports.
I mean, look, they're real upset about their God. It's the same people.
That's totally fair. Take a small breather to say I do have a Kickstarter that's running right now.
Yes,
that's
hell yeah.
what we're
Oh,
gonna
hell
work
yeah,
on.
don't
We don't have to
small
talk about it.
breather.
I just wanted to take the small break to interject it because otherwise I will forget entirely. What did you just say?
Oh, I was trying to breathe.
It sounded like a word. Like
That's the way I talk on everybody.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't talk on airplanes. I'm out.
Both y'all.
You don't talk on airplane?
Oh, no, I sleep. I'm
So
out
like,
before
how are you
takeoff.
sleeping sitting up between? I mean, like in between two. I had to, because I'm so big, I had to like hook my hand in here to hold my arms together.
Is that in the aisle or in the middle?
Didn't matter. Both. Motherfucker, both.
This is real shit. So, when we go over there, I talk to whoever. I try to find the most foreign person to talk to on the plane. I want to know everything they feel about America, where they're from, everything. I've had interesting conversations. Also, I like sitting next to people that are like as big as Jerry, because I can lay on you and you wouldn't even feel it.
Now,
Sleep the whole flight.
I had this sweet little Indian lady laid on me all the way to Qatar.
Yeah.
There are goddamn
She
rules.
like snuggled up.
No, there are rules. You don't fall asleep
You're
on me.
thin. You would fall asleep on a bigger man if you happen to be on a plane. That's the shack.
Slade won't let you take your pants off at his house. He ain't gonna fall asleep on no man.
I let him take his pants off at my house. I'm not homophobic.
Can't do it in
I'll
his
fall
bedroom.
asleep on it.
Anymore.
That is true.
One time,
That is a
everybody
rule.
like-
No, wait. Oh, wait. All that's canceled. We was in where we at? Poland.
Uh-huh.
You told me go get my Speedo. So that cancels everything.
No,
Go put your Speedo on.
I spent all of Japan in naked bathtubs. You know what I mean?
That was a new experience for you.
But yes, but it was quick. It was quickly overcome.
But Slade's showing me his new Slade Runner, right? He showed me his new Slade Runner, and he's already let Chase edit it and everybody else look at it, and he's talking all about it's amazing. It's all this beautiful imagery in Japan. It's like this dream sequence. There's cherry blossoms, and then he talks about the baths in Japan, and then there's a big picture of Slade's fucking Lebanese feet. Right? Like, these like fucking vampire. And I go, hey man, just one note. I'd maybe take the feet pick out of it because it kind of yanks you out of the dream sequence. You're having this wonderful Japanese fairy tale, and then feet, like, right?
Heard.
I mean, you probably make an extra $5 a video in Japan.
So say that again.
With the naked bathroom.
Oh, so the onsens, the baths in Japan. So they have like bathhouses that are like they're like giant ass swimming pool size hot tubs. And everybody, you just go in there and everybody soaks, and then there's like showers and shit before you leave. And it's I got addicted. This was the most blissful, but also it's Asia, so like you confidently walk. You know what I mean? Like you ain't even got to fluff it up. It's not. You just you're good.
I got you.
But the bro, it was the most. I couldn't get enough of them. I lived in them. In every morning, every night.
I hated that communal showers and shit on the bases and stuff. That shit.
There was shower curtains there.
Yeah, but some of them, you got to get naked, right, and around other dudes. And some
You
of them
got to
dudes
time it out.
Some of them dudes are kind of rapey. Oh, you remind me of my first wife. Like, was her dick as big as mine? Fuck you, man.
Those motherfuckers got.
See who's more comfortable around this shit now. You understand?
Wild and funny to do.
But no, on the basis, man, those motherfuckers got PT at 7 o'clock in the morning. When the show was over, midnight, I'm in that computer shower. I go, fuck, cause y'all asleep.
So I say you could time it out. Yeah, that was perfect.
I didn't do that. I screwed up.
You were showering with them and shit?
Well, no, I just needed a shower, and so I go to the shower, and every time I went over there was people over there. I never went at any time where there was.
So with one, what you got? Let me give you the big tip. One, you got to look.
That's what they were trying to do, was give me the big tip. Did you hear the story? Fucking
pull the shower curtain close. If
guy's been alone a minute, you know.
Look at the cleaning times.
Jerry, your ass is too red to fuck. Go ahead.
And you miss spots because there's no selfie stick.
What?
It's patchy.
Yeah. Bro, your ass is itchy.
No, you look at the cleaning times, and then when it says close from 9 to 10 for cleaning, you go about 9:30. They never take a full fucking hour, and you just go, and then everything's fresh and clean, and they always clean in the slowest times. So that's how you.
That would have been
you weigh it
super
out.
helpful information.
Exactly, I caught on to it.
when we were in dessert.
I couldn't give you that information because I was too busy taking a shower when it was calm.
When it was calm, right? Yeah.
I took like 5 showers there, all by myself, blissful.
Those big long shipping containers with the showers. I showered at midnight and I would only shit then, or if I wasn't going first, the second the show started, because everybody's running to the defect for the show, and I'm like, cool, and I would go shit then.
Oh, but trying to shit in a 90-degree porta potty.
Couldn't do it?
I do it, but then your pants are sticky. You can't get your fucking
What the
pants
fuck
up
you
your
got
leg.
going on?
90 degrees,
Boy, you need
sweat,
to do
bro.
some
Humidity.
TikTok money and get weight loss surgery. Man, you need a fucking personal trainer. Even if it's just working out them thick ass thighs, you gotta work that shit out. I know that shit was
sticky, boy. My
funky
pants
as
didn't
hell.
wanna come up.
That wasn't sweat. That was a lizard.
This ain't nothing 6 months of breakfast with monkeys won't fix.
All right.
We're going to have you in a porta
you'll
potty
sit
in no
down
time.
Motherfucker snatched my shit, bro.
Yeah, you better be glad it was that lizard and not that monkey.
Yeah.
You'd have no
that.
dick right now.
She had 2 babies.
You'd be non-binary as fuck. We're taking Zay Jerry to
My pronouns are monkey.
Yeah.
Whew.
I don't know about that anymore.
This pronoun conversation gonna get you in trouble with the.
No.
Nah, he'll be fine. All
right, so I have a question for y'all.
What's up, Pop?
This came up. I was talking to some other taking his own ship, whatever, and this came up, and they asked it. It took me forever to come up with an answer. Any movie from any time period, whatever, just one of your favorites. Okay. Has there ever been one that you've been watching and there was a part where you're like, I could have rocked the shit out of that, or I would have, or like, I bet that was so much fun to film. Like, I wish I would have gotten that part.
That's so. All right, this movie always comes to mind for me. But when I was a kid, I watched The Never-Ending Story.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
And every part of that movie would be awesome. But specifically, when there's one point where he climbs this little tree, and the big ass turtle sneezes on him, and he flies back and he lands in the mud. That shit looks that looked so fun to me. It still looks fun to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's part of the Elvis movie.
Oh Jesus!
The end.
that
I think I could have played like a motherfucker.
Does this involve a peanut butter and banana sandwich?
The last 7 minutes of his life, I think I could have nailed it.
Not the porta potty.
Every time I watch a Steven Seagal movie and there's like one bearded fat biker dude that gets his ass beat first, I'm like,
mate,
I should have had that job.
Bro, you should have been anybody in Sons of Anarchy.
Right?
Dude, fuck yeah. Just one of the dudes hanging out in the back. I would have loved to be the rock bottom in Never-Ending Story. But it's just a voice. No, the most fun ever, I think, because, being a person of color, my roles are limited, but I think the most fun ever would be Jules in Pulp Fiction.
Ooh.
Just to cuss out white people and be the most badass person in the movie. Just to be the most badass person in the entire movie. And you just, not just white people, you cuss out everybody. Like, that had, when they gave Samuel L. Jackson that script, he probably would be like, fuck yeah, I want this.
Yes, I want to do this.
It seems like it would be fun to play any character that, like Liam Neeson in that first Taken movie, because nobody even got a punch in.
Yeah.
I don't think he, he didn't get hit. He one-manned it. It was that seems like to be able to waltz through and just fuck people up.
I'll tell you.
I know shooting a film is not that fun, but if you could just walk through and mess that many people up without being touched, probably so.
I watched this cool movie about Mark Twain one time, and I thought, man, that would have been a fun character to play. Like
I said, a cool
I would have to lose a lot of weight.
About
but he was
Mark Twain's very funny.
Yeah, he's incredible, dude. Sam
a cool movie about it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
I'm not saying he wasn't good.
Oh, I got you. It wasn't like a big blockbuster hit or whatever.
He was in
but
2
I thought
episodes
it
of
was cool.
Star Trek: The Next Generation, and they were good.
Yeah.
Diane Cups posted something that they were saying somebody could have played Tom Hanks in Castaway. And then she was watching Beetlejuice. And she's like, who else could have done it? She's like, I think
you?
She goes, I think Bill Murray could have been Beetlejuice. And somebody else came in the comments and was like, Sam Damaris should have been Beetlejuice. And I was like, that would have been, 1, I would have nailed the shit out of it. And 2, it's my kind of silly. And the other one that's my kind of silly is the sheriff from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be fun. That would be fun as fuck.
This is where Teen Wolf would have been fun.
Yeah.
The original Michael J. Fox Teen Wolf.
Just
that actually
dominating on the court.
Just those trampoline dunks.
Yeah, just like doing slam ball and shit on these motherfuckers. Yeah.
In a wolf costume.
Okay,
that's fun.
That sounds like fun. Like every day, like, hey, you finna drop 40 again. You know what I mean? Just every day I'm saying you're dropping 40. That sounds like a
shit, speaking of him, fucking Back to the Future would have been fun.
Hell
be anybody. Matter of fact, I almost would prefer to be Doc Brown.
I would want to be Doc Brown. Christopher Lloyd was in this old Western that I love called Going South, and his character in that's absolutely hilarious. I would love to play him.
He just popped up. I thought he was dead. He's still alive.
He popped up in The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Well, they did.
No, that was Chris. It was him. He was in The Mandalorian. Yeah. So was, by the way, Jen Kober.
Yeah.
If you watched it, really cool to see something. Yes. Really cool to see somebody from My Little Stomping
I also
Grounds.
didn't know Carl Weathers was still alive until The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah, neither did anybody else. Remember, Rob followed him around that convention taking pictures of sad Carl Weathers. That was the worst day of Carl Weathers' life.
Or was it?
It was, bro, Jerry, you had to be there.
Or was it just another day?
It might have been another day, but it was specific. You could you could see the morose in the air.
No.
Everybody in the con is under 30 or under 20.
Charlie Brown.
And the last thing he was in was Predator or some shit. Like, it was...
He was in Arrested Development for a while.
I've seen
those
season
nerds
of
don't
that.
watch that shit.
Was he?
Carl, remember he's teaching David Cross how to act. He's giving him acting lessons in exchange for food and shit.
Now I do.
They kind of poke fun of the fact that he wasn't doing well at the time.
For
like a whole season.
That's how forgettable it was.
What was crazy though was
I
like when he showed up the
remember.
Mandalorian, I was like, you know, he ain't done nothing forever. I thought he was dead. How is this motherfucker still ripped? He's still jacked.
Maybe
Oh,
he's just
nice.
maybe he was in jail for a while. Maybe we just didn't know.
No.
Maybe Carl fucked somebody up.
I think Carl just was like, you know what? Getting jacked is what got me famous. I'm just gonna keep hitting these weights, and one day they'll call. And then Disney did.
He's
God, would you love to get a Disney call?
Yeah.
Well, you and his blowing
Okay.
I mean, you saying wild shit, motherfucker. Shit, you ain't gonna get a Nick Jr. call with this motherfucking statements, goddammit.
Disney.
You said Disney call.
Disney needs bad guys.
How about just Marvel movies? Who would you want to play in the MCU? Just Marvel movies.
Spider-Man, motherfucker. Spider-Man.
Not Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah, but Spider-Man would be. Come on, you gonna let me swing?
I would want to play the Sandman.
Yeah.
Really?
There's
That would
no
be
way
fun.
I'm a hero.
That would be fun. Being Sandman would be fun, bro.
What would you do?
I'd just be wild and rednecky and shit. They already had Lowell.
You go mudding in yourself?
Yeah.
What would you do?
just big and fucking powerful, or Hulk, you know.
Hulk would be.
Hulk's my favorite character because he's just all anger and fucking.
Fuck yeah. He's a race monster.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's just.
However, so when I said Jules from Pulp Fiction, I would think it would be fun, but there's no way I could do better than Samuel L. Jackson. I think I could have beat Woody Harrelson in Carnage, though.
Yeah, I think.
As
Woody
loud as
was
I am and listen to
incredible.
my voice, this is
I don't
Carnage.
know.
Carnage
I
words
think
always
Woody
had that
was
buzzsaw around it.
incredible.
Woody Harrelson didn't sound like Carnage.
Wait, no.
He didn't really do that.
What are you basing how Carnage sounded
Off
on?
a comic book.
Yes,
Comic
he's
book
supposed to
sound.
be just
It
fucking
sound
wild
like
and crazy.
Flap.
Supposed to be Lil Jon. It's supposed to be Lil Jon in the symbiote. Just, rah!
Look, man, that's how you read it.
I would love to be Ant-Man for obvious reasons.
right. So you, both ways you press the button, you get bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna put
Never
this,
small again, goddammit.
I'm just gonna put this suit on my dick.
No, that's actually my favorite Marvel
Ant-Man?
character is Ant-Man.
Did you like the new one?
I haven't seen
I
that
haven't
one
seen it
yet. I have not seen Quantanamo Bay. Or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
Boy, that is a missed opportunity for the fourth one.
Oh, but Harold and Kumar.
I just watched the first one a week ago. I watched it again just for the fun of it.
There's-
No, the first Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, man, I forgot how much I really, really like this movie.
Man, and the Wasp one, I had a hard time staying in that one. Yeah, I don't like that chick though. She's the chick from Lost, and I just didn't like her.
I like
Evangeline Lilly.
And she was gorgeous in Lost. I was such a fan. And then in this new
Yeah,
one,
she's very attractive, but she's unlikable.
in this,
as fuck.
yeah, and even in this new one, they
But you like unlikable pretty people.
I do. Yeah, but they I don't know what they did. They tried to make her feel inclusive. I don't know what they did to her hair. It is the most. They did not attractifies her, if that's a word.
The second Ant-Man,
Can
I
be.
thought was more about Michael Pena and T.I. and his friends.
Michael Pena is so fucking funny.
Yes.
dude.
best.
But
Which-
all of his
which-
friends,
which-
all three of his friends steal that fucking movie.
Yeah.
The second one?
Which is why I don't think they let him in the third movie. It's not the same without Michael Pena.
Bro, I've said it a million times because we used to spoil the room. How the fuck, after 11 movies, how did Endgame not start with, all right, check this out, right? So Thanos came down and then he took all the stones and shit.
So good.
The first fucking like 30 seconds of Endgame should have been like, yeah, watch what happens next. Bro, it had to start that way.
Yup.
That's such a missed opportunity.
Yeah, they've gotten to the point now where if I don't get excited, like I don't feel like, oh, I got to go see the new Marvel movie at the theater. That's where I knew it was coming. I knew they were going to find a space when I just was like,
and they're dropping so many right now.
What balls? It's fucking terrible. It's
speaking of balls, manscaped.com. No, and then I started watching the new Shazam. I got like 20 minutes in, and I just went and did something else.
It's not good. I really liked that first one.
I feel
much.
like I love the
Against my will. I thought it was going to be stupid, and I really ended up just loving the shit out of it.
I loved it, and maybe it picks up, but there's so much angsty teen shit at the top that I just was like,
yeah, it's hard to get
do something
drawn
it's all because every time they throw away the original plan, and the original plan with Shazam was and should have been to introduce Shazam. And then in the second one, have him fight Black Adam, who is his nemesis they fight in the films.
Oof.
That's what they do.
I watched that on the fucking airplane. Jesus.
Well, no wonder you fell asleep.
Bruh.
I still haven't seen it.
It's despite Mo being in it, despite all the things
Mo's
in
great.
it is terrible.
Yeah,
it's not just bad; it's terrible.
It's
inarguably terrible.
It's like it's written by. It's like it's. I actually didn't hate that.
Wait, what?
As much as y'all did.
Wonder Woman
84. Yeah,
I'm asking
I liked it for different. No,
give me one. Don't glorify reasons.
no, I'm not. But I know you hate it. But I didn't hate it as much as y'all did.
Give me one.
I don't love it. It's not my
Worst
favorite.
goddamn movie I've ever seen.
I thought it was an interesting concept, so I just sort of enjoyed the abstract
Now
weirdness
I know why you
of
like
it.
Blue Christmas.
Okay, I just enjoyed the sort of abstract
Christmas of
weirdness
movies.
shit
Yeah.
of it. But
That
this movie was like written by a third grader. It was like, and then this happened.
In 84
and then
was
this
it?
happened, and then this happened, and then this happened,
And you don't care. You don't care about anybody.
No,
They don't develop anybody.
There's one cool scene where Bo pulls out a stick and starts whipping ass, and you're like, "Oh, this is it. Oh, it's over."
Pierce Brosnan's great in it, but past that, it's garbage. It's hot garbage.
Pierce
But
Brosnan's always great though.
if they'd introduced Black Adam in Shazam 2 and let The Rock fight Zach Levi, you would have a gorgeous piece of film. You would be able to develop the character. You would be able to put him up against a character that's already developed. At the end of it, they could even both be heroes. You could do anything you wanted to do, and it would be compelling, and you would give a shit. But instead, they're like, here's Hawkman. He's rich, and nobody knows why. What happens? Do you care? No. You don't give a shit?
Well, it's like you watch Black Adam, you never figure out
Why he's
his
black?
story or what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like you're like, I don't understand.
He's watching his P's and Q's.
I fucking have
Trying to get that
Fuck
kid
off.
back.
Get out of here. I'm done. Y'all trying to clean up now.
I ain't
the
worried about
11th hour?
anything I say on this show. Nobody's gonna watch this show.
Go ahead.
I just
like
gotta be
putting a-
careful on TikTok, Trey. People,
It's like putting a Christian song at the end of Straight Outta Compton. Here's 11 tracks saying "fuck the pops," but by the
here's
way,
a
believe in
Christmas song.
Jesus.
It's called Blue-ish Christmas. Yeah, it was just I watched the whole movie and like at the end I was like I don't understand why he became this person and I don't understand what his job was. Like I'm still really unclear about. Usually you watch a superhero movie, you're like, oh, this is the original. This is why he became this, and this is why he's needed to continue doing this. You watch that movie, you're like, I don't.
Well, yeah, it's because you didn't
The fuck
understand. What they
happened?
did was he was there, and then he was in a place for a while, and then he came back.
Yeah,
So,
and then Pierce Brosnan's there with a weird helmet, and you just none of it made sense.
And Hawkman.
tell me when you got lost.
Yeah,
So
it was
the new
fucking bad.
Shazam. It's you remember like the Harry Potter movies when they went on so long, like Ron Weasley showing up with a beard and he's all jacked, and like the kids got old and they got grown. Shazam, like part 2, the main kid, I can't remember the actor's real name, but like he's like a foot taller in this movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm like this kid has a mortgage.
Yeah, you gotta. If you're gonna do that, you gotta cast 8-year-old kids, and you gotta shoot 4 movies at one time.
Make them closer.
Yeah, put him out every 6 months, just bang, bang, bang. Like
No, you
the
can put
second
them out.
one gets-
You don't have to release them all. You can
Yeah.
just
I
shoot
just
the
started
films.
watching the second season of Sweet Tooth,
Oh,
which is that cool little
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. program thing. But the kid,
is 48 now.
well, yeah, I mean they got screwed up during the pandemic for shooting and everything, so they filmed that first season, and now the kid is like 3 years older. You know, and you can tell you're like, okay, all the kids in the show are older, and it's all about these hybrid kids, and you're like, okay. I mean, I still love the story, but
Stranger Things.
how
is-
long have they been in this cage?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they start out in captivity in the second season where they got
just
captured
during the
at
Trump
end of the first
administration.
season. Huh?
How long have they been in this case? Just during the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Biden got him out.
That's what it looks like.
That's what the newspaper said.
No, he didn't.
See, party line. He's right on it.
No, he didn't.
Where are we at? We got another 10 minutes to kill. Do I have? What was the question I asked? So this
you
is
had a thing about luxury items.
well because I'm looking for. I want things that I'm trying to upgrade my life without spending a lot of money. Right? Like there's stuff you can do.
Armed robbery.
That's
have you tried Ethiopian coffee?
It is fantastic. That's so that's kind of what I'm. That's kind of my thing, right? So like my coffee collection is it's not sophisticated, but it's if you walked in and saw it, you'd be like, okay, he's not living hand to mouth, you know. When I walk in this thing for me with people, if I walk into your house and you got just like a big ass jar or something like pistachios or good like peanut M&M, like good candy. And it's just available with the lid not locked. Like I could just get some if I wanted to. I'll be like, this motherfucker's doing something. Something's
doing all right.
Something's going on here. He's not hurting. It's not about money, but just about, letting people know you.
He has finer things.
Presentation.
Yeah,
that's it. The purveyor of the finer things.
I would say the sprayer on your sink.
Yeah.
So like
That's
you
one.
just got a straight faucet going,
No,
like what
but
the
you
fuck
got
is
that
happening?
nice
But if you got a
faucet that
thing
does
where you
work.
can and it detaches, so you can like
comes out and you can get
Yeah.
some stuff.
You
Fill
can,
a
like-
pot with it. You can
get
Dude,
people
the
out of
first
your
time I
house.
ever stayed at Megan's house in Denver.
That's the difference between an apartment and a house. Is that false?
That's also
Dude, the first time I ever stayed there from Megan's house in Colorado, I went and I took a shower, and like in there, she had this really cool, awesome shower head, and it was way back. It was one of my most liked tweets. I said, "You can always tell who owns or rents by the quality of the fucking shower head."
Yeah.
well, I replaced the shower
I used
head.
to replace the shower head in every rent house we had with a really nice one because I'd just take it to the next rent house.
Yeah, that detachable thing, though, that's the difference between a bidet and an Arabic bathroom.
Yeah.
Them bidets were nice.
Now, that's a fun one. The detachable thing on the sink.
Yeah,
that's where it's
that's
like,
the-
Yeah,
oh yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Motherfucker.
That makes all the difference in the world when you're doing anything cooking wise.
So does a garbage disposal.
Garbage disposal. I just found that
That's a
out.
big flex.
Someone heard my garbage disposal. It's like, okay, garbage disposal. I'm like, I've never stayed somewhere that didn't have one. I'm like, well, don't brag, Trey. I'm like, I'm not impregnating you. You stayed in
anywhere
places
it didn't
without
have
garbage disposal, bitch.
But your mattress is on the floor.
I had that with a friend. I said I'd never stayed somewhere without a dishwasher, and they were like, "Really?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." I thought that was
see,
kind
so
of like having a fridge.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's I've lived alone for so long. For me, like I had a dishwasher in my old place. I never used it.
Okay.
You're washing dishes for one.
That's what I'm saying. There's never more than like a plate and a skillet, and you know what I mean, like three things. So I'm just not that goddamn lazy. I can't imagine. I can't imagine a world
Your
where
shit
where my dishes stack up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there must be a bowl.
You
at the
broke
bottom.
something.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
exactly. Oh yeah, Slade's missing a leg.
Yeah,
so he's
something,
gotta
something happened.
Something fucking happened.
I don't know what mine would be. I've got a really nice
Belt
set
sander?
of
It's just shit with tools.
well, it's,
Man who can sharpen his own knife. That's how you
it's,
know.
it's my I have a really nice set of kitchen knives, and they're on display.
knives.
They're like mounted on a.
That's nice.
But
How much did those cost?
I think they were. I got a deal on them, but they were like 140.
Okay.
But they're really not like. I mean, you put them to anything, and they go through it. They do the work.
He's got wrenches and shit laid out on the counter. Here's my 5x8 right here. I use this.
Well, before
I do
Man
have my
scale.
tools displayed. I do have my
It's
tools
like
displayed.
Tiffany's.
Don't rankle him.
Yeah.
I got nice
before
shit
we
in my
all
garage.
quit, and America launched the war on cigarettes. Remember, you used to walk over to people's house and they had the crystal ashtray on the coffee table. But that was one where I was like,
I got one
"Yo,
that
you
thrown at me
put
one time.
cigarettes out in my shit."
I was so glad she was a shitty aim. So bitch, I heard it whistle through the air. When it hit the wall, it just exploded and knocked a hole in the wall.
Ice maker.
Oh, an ice maker
An ice
strong.
maker. It for
Especially
sure,
if you
for
got
sure.
different settings on that bitch, where you can do different ice.
Pressure cube.
Oh,
That's something I really want to do for Rachel. Is like buy her one of those ice makers that makes sonic ice.
So do you have to
'Cause
buy the
that's
whole
like her-
fridge? You can't just buy an ice
no,
maker,
I mean
right?
it's an ice maker. It's made by GE. The one that Sonic
It's
uses.
just an ice maker.
You can buy it. It's like $600-700, but it makes that Sonic ice. That's like her favorite thing in the world. Like, so I kind of want to surprise her with one of those.
So if you
one
do
day.
that, well, of course, and then you're gonna put like a water filtration system in there, so you get.
Well,
this-
when I redid the kitchen in our house, I run everything through a water filtration system. So my ice maker now has got clean water and all that stuff. So I would just run it off that same system.
You about to make fresh, clean Sonic water or ice?
Sonic water.
Sonic
buddy
water.
of mine in LA did, and he said he got it at Best Buy for $110. But he's like, every time a girl comes over here, she's massively impressed. Wine fridge.
Yeah.
He has a little wine
see, I
fridge.
can see.
It's $110, and he
That's
always has
sharp.
fresh bottles in
You
there.
can get on Amazon for like $60-$100 all day long, man. They're
That's
crazy, but
sharp.
that's a
And
flex.
He was like, he goes, anytime, like, I have a date, it was like, hey, come over, blah, blah, blah. Want some booze, whatever. Hey, are you thirsty? And then I go and I open my wine fridge. He's like, she's in.
Also,
That's strong.
Not a fuck flex, but I used to go over to my friend's house in his garage, and he had like one of those kegerators type things set up, and I was always just
Draft
like,
beer.
man, that bitch is cool as
that's
hell.
That's a
Draft beer
homie
in the
flex.
garage.
That is so,
Yeah.
oh,
a
we're doing,
kegerator.
Yeah.
we're doing poker night at my house. That is
Yeah,
straight up.
he had
like,
another one he made out of like an old restored gas pump.
Yeah.
And I was like, bitch, I want that. You know what I mean?
He
Like, I was
walk
so
into his
jealous
garage
of
and
it.
you hear Nas going, "You can hate me now."
It's the mere fact that you can put a cup down and just refill it with magic beer out of a hole
Yeah.
is pretty strong.
And when you leave, you just like literally like clean the nozzle and then you just walk back inside.
Yeah.
It's just there.
I was
It's
always
just
like, man, that's
cold
cool as
beer
shit,
all
bro.
the time.
Yeah.
LED light bulbs.
Ooh.
Or those new ones that look like Edison light bulbs, but are really LED, so they're still like all
Yeah.
badass.
Yep.
LED
No,
light
they're not
Yeah.
really Edison. They're just
Yeah,
tricky.
but they have that look about them, and it's cool. You know.
Yeah,
They don't get
LED
hot.
light bulbs.
How about this? Like 10 Star Wars helmets.
I mean, it's some kind of flex.
And a Yoda.
Oh shit, we're out of time. Look at that.
What up? I got 3 Yodas, bitch.
I mean,
Name somebody.
it doesn't fall under homie flex or fuck flex, so I'm not.
God damn.
You know how you make the mistake of telling somebody you like something. Next thing you know,
That's true.
Conflex.
they give you
Shit,
30 of them.
You
That's how
attract
I got some Hello Kitty shit.
Yeah, people with bad vision and hairy armpits.
We're easy to find online. We're on the Whiskey Brothers Facebook page. We're all individually doing all sorts of shit. Jerry Wayne Longmire on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook short form stuff. Your album
Hell yeah.
release date is when?
June 9th.
June
yeah,
9th. You have it. What's the title?
Blissful. BLISSFOOL.
The
Blissful.
last week of May, I will be at the Looney Bin Comedy Club in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That place is still open.
It still is.
Tell them hi.
Will do.
And I got a Kickstarter. Go join it. I'm raising money for my special. I should be more excited.
I was about to say, you don't sound like a motherfucker. That sounds like very not special.
It's probably almost done. I don't know when this episode's coming out, so I'm not as excited as I would have been on the first episode. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. Anyway, it runs till the end of May, and cool rewards. And I'll just message me. I'll tell you how to do it.
Don't be cheap. His birthday's in May.
Also, do it for my
birthday,
birthday, and also do it so I don't look like a fucking bitch in front of my friends. To quote Chase, that's. Shouts out to Chase DeRusso, Lisa Correo, all of our friends that came and saw us. Plenty of new people in Kenya and Niger and Djibouti and Qatar and Egypt. I'm talking to you, Adams. You fuck.
All I do is beat my dick and work out.
Jerry Wayne Longmire, Sam Damaris, Trey Tutson. Chicken, you good?
It's a great military commercial.
Manscaped.com if you want to join what we're up to. There's a promo code. You can just type in WBP. And if you want to send some stuff to some of the soldiers and some of the people deployed all around the world in the shittiest locations imaginable, reach out to myself or Jerry Wayne Longmire, and let's figure out how to spritz them from some tighten up juice for the dry balls. We're the Whiskey Brothers. We'll see you guys in June.
I believe in good whiskey, and I believe in good times. I believe in good music, loud guitar